Welcome back. My name is Andrew Coleman. This is What's Your Passion number 38. We've been looking at Modern Agile for the last 4 or 5 posts, and this is the last section on experiment and learn rapidly. And we've been building teams that learn at a high speed for 26 years. And so the question you need to ask yourself is, do you know how to build teams that can immediately implement what they've learned and apply it? And so we use, for experiment and learn rapidly, we use the 4D model. As I share in today's blog post, without fail, you always get in between deliver and drive. Usually someone, typically an executive, will say, hey, what about, or they'll say, oh, by the way, can we make this one small change? And everybody will be going, ooh. I had a CEO do that to me in one of the assignments that I was working on a long time ago, and looked at him and said, hey, that's really innovative. That's a pretty good idea. Let me take that to the team. And I'll get back to you what the extra cost and time and scope will take. And so after talking with the team, they said, to deliver that feature within this amount of time means that we would have to immediately stop working on these other features that they need to have. And then we could slip this one in, and then those other ones would have to be done later. And oh, by the way, because of the technologies involved in the infrastructure needed and the additional time and team members needed, probably somewhere over €1 million in cost. Went back to the CEO and shared with him what the team came back with, and his eyes got really big. He goes, oh, we'll take this one later. Keep working on what you're working on, and we'll just move forward. So whenever that happens between deliver and drive, it's an invitation to learn. It's an invitation to potentially pivot. And you always need to keep the vision in focus and go back to the definitions, because whenever that happens, you immediately have a new assignment. Anytime anybody says, oh, by the way, the scope alarm should be going off. And that means you have new definitions, which means you have to go through and distill agreement again, and then work on delivering that one small change. And so this is something that has to be done individually, team-wise, product-wise, and even organizationally wise. And then in the blog post today, I also share about being able to use the infinity picture, where you have innovation and anticipatory vision on the left, and on the right, you have operational excellence. And on the surface, it looks like those two could collide. That's not always the case, because with operational excellence, we're always looking at continuous improvement. And so what you have to do is you have to take this 4D model and overlay it onto that model on both sides. In the Flow Certified Professional training, I go into that deeper. And this is just a way that you can very quickly use the Flow Leadership Framework to not only experiment and learn rapidly, but to deliver value continuously, build loyal teams that are just stark, raving loyal. And in the end, when you do that, that makes everybody awesome. This has been What's Your Passion number 38. We've been talking about Modern Agile and learning, experiment and learn rapidly. My name is Andrew Coleman, and we'll talk again soon.